my own relationship with God and how I've really been able to build that over the past 4 years, and kind of how I've stayed close to Him. And I think the start of that is just by every morning trying my best to read my Bible and pray and really spend that time with God to connect to Him, because I think naturally it's hard for me to have a lot of faith, and I think there's some people you meet that just have no doubts about God and who He is, but I think that was a struggle for me for a while. So I think the more I pray, the more I feel connected to God and see Him working in my life. So this scripture, it says, "Therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." And so for you guys, what do you think are the temporary things that we focus on in life? And yeah.
School.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. Money. Yeah, I would say physical appearance and school and money, jobs, things that change and are not constant. And then how do you think these are distractions from the things that are lasting, like it's talking about in the scripture? Yeah.
You put them first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the things that in my life I feel are consistent is that God is always there and He never changes, but my life is up and down and so different, and that's kind of all of our lives. But those are the things that kind of change. Or I think about love. Love is something that we can always hold on to, and our family. And so I think that just even through persevering through prayer, even when I lack connection, I think I really try and make that effort. And there's a little story about college, and I was so stressed about where I was going to go to school. And I was feeling for so long that there were none of the schools I liked and felt super good about. But I'd been praying about it kind of since I applied, every day almost, of just, God, help me to see what you want. Show me what your plan is. But it was still it still felt like there were so many closed doors, and I visited, and I wasn't sure if I still wanted to play volleyball in college. But it was kind of crazy. So my mom, normally when I would email coaches, it would always be me, and my mom would never get involved in that. But she happened to, we were talking about maybe emailing the Santa Barbara coach, but she accidentally emailed the Santa Monica coach, and I was okay. So I ended up talking on the phone with him, and we planned a weekend to go out there. And I was kind of waiting for the one thing to be a reason why I wasn't going to go there, because every other situation had been that way. But literally everything was so perfect. The team, our church out there was great. And I just felt at the end of that, the day I visited, I was just I know I'm meant to be here. God totally showed me, and I think that He really was able to reward me through praying about that. And it was kind of crazy just looking at how much time and energy I had stressed about trusting in Him and that He was going to make it clear. So let's see. Could you go to the next scripture? So this scripture I really like. It's simple, but it says, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." So I think as we strive to be righteous, or strive to put God first, when there's so many distractions, I think God can totally work and show us exactly what He wants. Next one. And so, I think for me, I don't want my prayer life just to be consistent of all these things I'm asking for God and asking things for myself, but really thanking Him for the life I've had and trying to honor Him through those things. And so I think for me, I just want to focus on the things that were talked about in the first scripture, of just focusing on the things that really matter and the things that are eternal, and not getting caught up in so many things that are temporary and just changing and stuff. And so I think when we go to God in prayer, He will totally honor us. And So this scripture I love. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart." So I think just even like, I don't know, if anyone has like comments about this scripture, I'm sure you've all heard it before, but I just, like when we seek after God, he shows us amazing things, and I've seen that so much throughout my life, and especially just through high school, and the challenges that I faced. But as I seek him, like, I am able to connect with him more and have a deep relationship with him, that I can get my security in that. And I think something that's really helped me too is having like relationships in the church and people who help me and call me higher to where I can talk about everything with them and just be able to just open up and have, like, there's just women in the church who I really look up to and hang out with a lot, and even younger kids, or there's so many things that I can learn through that. And those are some of the things that have really helped me. And I think even just with my future, like, there is a lot of unknown and things that I'm like nervous about, but I think as long as I can like trust that God has a perfect plan for me, like, it makes me so much more secure that like I don't have to stress and worry, because especially like I'm sure God's just like, okay, like I've shown you these things, and once we get to that place, it's just amazing to see that like we're so powerless, but like God can work in ways that we never would expect. And so I've really seen that in my life. But yeah, so